Dear students, I am Manish. Today we will discuss a topic on voltage control methods in power system. Before learning the method of voltage control in power system, we must first understand why do we need to control voltage. In power system, voltage is supposed to be constant, which is obviously not. So we have to control in such a way that it remains constant. But why does the voltage need to be constant at all? Because most of the devices, apparatus, electrical machines, consumer appliances are all designed to work at a specified voltage. Wide variations of voltage may cause error in operation and performance. So it is desirable that the consumer receive power at substantially constant voltage. The variation of voltage which is allowed in our India is plus minus 6%. For keeping the voltage of the system in limits, some additional equipments require which increase the voltage when it is low and reduce the voltage when it is too high. The following are the methods used in power system for controlling the voltage. First is step changing transformer, second is shunt reactor, third is shunt capacitor, fourth is series capacitor, fifth is synchronous phase modifier, sixth is the last static VR system. First is tape changing transformer. The voltage control in transmission and distribution system is usually obtained by using tape changing transformer. In this method, the voltage in the line is adjusted by changing the secondary EMF of the transformer by varying the number of secondary turns. Secondary voltage of a transformer is directly proportional to the number of secondary turns. Thus, the secondary voltage can be adjusted by changing the turns ratio of the transformer. Secondary number of turns can be varied with the help of tapping provided on the winding. Basically, there are two types of tape changing transformer: off-load tape changing transformer and on-load tape changing transformer. In the off-load tape changing transformer, the transformer is disconnected from the supply before changing the tape. But the main drawback with them is that the power supply is interrupted while changing the tape. Therefore, on-load tape changing transformer are preferred to control the voltage. The second method is shunt reactor. Shunt reactors are basically inductive elements that are provided at sending end and receiving end of long EHV and UHV transmission line. When a transmission line is not loaded or lightly loaded, the line capacitance predominates and receiving end voltage becomes greater than sending end voltage. This effect is known as front effect. In such situations, shunt reactors are switched in the line. Shunt reactors compensate the line capacitance and hence control the voltage. The third method is shunt capacitor. Shunt capacitors are usually installed at the receiving end substation or near industrial load. Most of the industrial load draw inductive current and therefore the power factor is lagging. The line experiences IXL drop due to this lagging current. Switching in shunt capacitors compensate this inductive reactance, thereby decreasing the IXL drop. Thus, shunt capacitors can be used to control the line voltage when the load is highly inductive. The fourth method is series compensation. Series compensation is the method of improving the system voltage by connecting a capacitor in series with the transmission line. In other words, in series compensation, reactive power is inserted in series with the transmission line for improving the impedance of the system. It improves the power transfer capability of the line. It is mostly used in extra and ultra high voltage line. The fifth method is synchronous condenser. It is also known as synchronous phase modifier. The synchronous phase modifier is the synchronous motor running without a mechanical load. It is connected with the load at the receiving the end of the line. The synchronous phase modifier absorbs or generates the reactive power by varying the excitation of the field winding. It keeps the constant voltage constant at any condition of the load and also improve the power factor. Next is series VR system SVS, and it is known as static VR compensator. In static VR compensator, the thyristor is used as switching device in place of circuit breakers because thyristor switching is faster and provide transient free operation for controlling the switching. The SVC is capable of stepless adjustment of reactive power over an unlimited range without any time delay. It improves the system stability and system power factor. Most commonly used SVC scheme are as follow, and we can also see in the diagram thyristor controlled reactor, thyristor switched capacitor. First is thyristor controlled reactor. Thyristor controlled reactor consists reactor L placed in series with the thyristor valve. TCR consists two opposite pole thyristor which conduct every alternate half cycle of the supply. In TCR, the duration of current flowing through the reactor is controlled by the firing angle of the thyristor. For every half cycle, the thyristor is given a triggering pulse by the controlled circuit. It is used in AHV lines for providing lagging VR during the low load or load rejection. The next is thyristor switched capacitor. The thyristor switched capacitor is used in AHV line for providing leading VR during heavy load. The current through the capacitor can be varied by controlling the firing angle of back-to-back thyristor connected in series with the capacitor. When the voltage at a bus reduces below the reference value, the static VR compensator used TSE for injected capacity voltage ampere. Thank you.